Fever star Sophie Cunningham had strong words on Chicago Sky, Angel Reese situation. Angel Reese is not in action for the Chicago Sky on Tuesday as they take on a surging Las Vegas Aces side at T-Mobile Arena. The two-time All-Star was a late scratch with a back injury, which will mark her third straight missed game. Reese served a one-game wnba suspension in Friday's 97-77 loss to the Indiana Fever after accumulating 8 technical fouls throughout the season. The 23-year-old was then benched in the first half of Sunday's 80-66 defeat against the Aces after making detrimental comments affecting the team. However, instead of playing in the second half, Reese was ruled out for the remainder of the game due to a back injury, which is the same issue that has her sitting out Tuesday's contest in Las Vegas. The Fever were in action on Tuesday too, marking their third straight win with a crucial victory against the league-best Minnesota Lynx, 83-72. Sophie Cunningham was in attendance for the game, but she was in street clothes on the bench as she continues to nurse a season-ending knee injury. The latest episode of her Show Me Something podcast dropped on Tuesday, and one of the most intriguing statements she had on the show was about the Angel Reese situation. The Fever guard reacted to the Sky punishing Reese for virtually threatening to leave Chicago if her goals do not align with the team. Cunningham did not hold back in sharing her honest thoughts on the issue. "No, that's not great," Cunningham said of Reese's comments. "I get when you're losing, and it's been a frustrating season. Everyone is feeling those emotions. And when I say everyone, it's not just her. I'm sure her teammates feel it, her coaches feel it, the organization, the fans. Literally everyone feels that. There's some things that you can't say. I think one of my biggest things is I'm a very team-first person. I always put the team before my feelings, and I think that should be a standard. And so, you got to protect your locker room. You just can't be saying everything you're feeling, because that just is not a good look." To be fair to Reese, she apologized to her teammates after her comments blew up. Nevertheless, the Sky still decided to push through with her punishment. "And then your teammates feel a certain way, and that causes division in the locker room," Cunningham continued. "So just protect your locker room at all costs." I'm sure she regrets saying that, don't get me wrong. But man, there's just some things that everyone probably knows, but you just can't say. You can have those conversations behind closed doors, but to say it in media is kind of brutal, I think. I mean, if anyone does that, you should get fined. To be clear, it's not as if Cunningham went off on Reese here. As the Fever star said, she understands where Reese's frustration is coming from. Cunningham was addressing the situation as a whole, speaking from experience as a veteran, as opposed to criticizing Reese for her actions. Cunningham has been around the WNBA long enough to know how vital locker room dynamics are, and she is well aware that there are just some things that must not be said publicly, a lesson that Reese appears to have learned throughout all this.